They said I was too loud and I couldn't play. I like this though. Listen, so you a Spider-Man fan? You saw the new Spider-Man yet?
Yep.
Oh,
You like it?
I haven't seen the new
You
Spider-Man.
gotta,
Okay.
it's dope. You got to see it if you're a
Oh my
Spider-Man
God, I saw
fan.
this morning. Oh my God, I was going to turn back around and watch it again to see what I missed.
It was dope.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job.
That's why it's the third highest grossing film ever.
Oh yeah, they got like so many different versions though of Spider-Man. Honestly.
All right. So let's get this thing started.
Let's go.
All right. Big Rio here with the Keep On Pushing podcast.
I like the clap.
Yeah,
The clap in there.
And we're here today with
Blackberry.
all right, Blackberry.
Yes.
She my man Colors. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. And you go ahead and tell the story, not necessarily the story, but
A little bit about
a
Blackberry.
little bit about yourself, a little bit about why you're into music and things like that. Are not necessarily telling the people what you are into.
Gotcha.
'Cause I know music and other things like that, and then we want to lead into how you probably met up with Colors, and so on and so forth.
Gotcha. Well, I'm Blackberry. I'm a downtown baby, and I am a artist. I sing, I rap. I'm also a model. I'm also a co-host on a podcast called Dirty South Baddies. Haven't done any hosting yet, but I'm interested in it. I love acting. I'm in a couple of movie roles. Can't too talk much about it because I don't want the directors to fuss at me. But yeah, I'm just your average Joe. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, you feel me? I met Colors actually through Headliner, which I think she's a very dope artist. She's what really opened my eyes up to long time coming entertainment and everything that they do. I went to one of her events that she had, and I think afterwards she was doing a live interview, and he just posted anybody who's looking to model or do things like that. To hit me up. So I hit him up for the modeling. And when we were taking the photo shoot pictures, he just bust out. He was like, "Oh, you look like you do music. You do music?" I was like, "Yeah, I do music." And then it was on from there.
Alright, so leading up to the Colors, meeting Colors, what was your involvement in the music scene up until that point? Were you
Yes, I was
active in-
actually signed to a independent label, but I really wasn't doing anything with the music. I was making music, but I wasn't performing. I didn't really put the actual heart behind it until meeting Colors them. So I've been doing music basically all my life. I feel like I haven't taken it serious until now.
Right.
I'm gonna just be honest because I tell people all the time I wasn't a rapper until my brother taught me how to rap. I started off singing, so
Who's your
I was.
brother?
My brother, Spook Montana, who makes all my beats. Let me just put that out there. Shout out to Spook Montana. But yeah, he really taught me how to put my energy and my words into rap form, basically. But I was really big on doing poems and singing. So I used to sing on gospel team, praise team, and all of that and stuff like that. But I guess I never really took it seriously. But the energy that I have, that's always been me. I don't know why I haven't never thought of it, but I feel like once I put my energy behind this, it worked.
Right.
It clicked. I've always had this big, loud energy. I've always been loud, always been outspoken, and there's always been a problem in every area except for this. So it is what it is.
So it's always been a love for the music.
Oh yeah. My uncle, he played the drums. I grew up a lot with my uncle. I hang around with him a lot because I was adopted. Well, I don't want to say adopted. I got taken away from my mom, and other family members took me in. So my uncle, he played the drums. He's really big on music. My dad was a singer, so it's always been there, the music.
Right, family influence.
Right.
So I want to talk a little bit about the time before Colors. You say you were signed to an independent label, and you personally didn't really put your all into it.
Yeah.
Around what time was this? I mean, some of the name of the label, if you feel
Yes. The name of the label is Grind Mode Entertainment. Shout out to Ryder Infamous. It's all still love, no hate or whatever. People just grow up, they grow apart, and they do their own things. things like that. But yeah, it was an independent label that he started on his own from the ground up, or whatever. And we did a lot of music. It's just, everybody has life situations that take over and causes you not to be focused on, your dreams and things like that. And I think at that spot in my life, I was just not at a place where I could be really focused on the music part. Right. Of actually doing it. I am a mother of 4. I have kids, 3 boys, 1 girl. Right. So life takes a toll.
Tell them your name. Tell the people their names.
Yes. So Kyra is my daughter. She's the oldest, and I have a son, Maurice, and then I have another son named Marquel, and my youngest is Azariah.
Gotta love the babies.
Oh yes, I love the babies. I love y'all.
All right. So I mean, so there's a lull period in between the grind mode and hooking up with Colors. So I mean, during that time, it was just basically just working.
Just working. I was literally just home writing. I had always had a lot of beats. He did make sure I had a lot of beats. So I did a lot of writing, but I had stage fright. I was afraid to perform. And people look at me now and they're like, "What? You afraid?" Yes. I would do music and not perform it. But again, I think mentally I was just not at a place where, I felt comfortable enough to get out of that stage fright. But I think I did my first show at 787, and it was crazy. Like, the way the crowd engaged, the feeling I had, that adrenaline rush, it just made me a junkie. Now I can't get enough of it.
Was that the show that, like, headliner?
No, it was just the Meeting of the Mind show. They do every third Sunday, every second Sunday at 787. It was just a regular show. And he was like, yeah, come on, perform it. And then the song I did, it was crazy. Everybody loves it. Back to the Basics, because I'm a downtown baby.
So you would say that's the performance that kind of reinvigorated you?
Oh, yeah.
Got the spark back.
Made me reevaluate my life. What am I doing? Why have I not been doing this?
All right, okay. So I mean, walk us through your process, man. When you're making your music and doing your thing, like what type of vibe are you trying to give off to the people, and
Well, I'm a very versatile artist. I sing, I rap, I like all genre of music. So I think me being versatile, that's what give me a good creativity when it comes to like the music part of it, because I don't just do like R&B or crunk music or trap music. I can do it all. I mean, I like crunk music. I would say some of my music is considered trap music. But I mean, I like to sing too. So I got some R&B songs. I got some nonchalant beats. I like the techno. I like the drill beats. I like it all.
Is there an overall message that you're trying to portray?
Oh yeah, everything I rap is always about me. Somewhere down the line is a method to madness. Everything I rap, like Back to the Basics. I just got out of jail. Like I had open cases. I mean, I had DSS cases. I had shit going on. So when I made Back to the Basics, it was really. It's back to the basics. I just came home. I got to get on my grind. Got shit to get together. People still fucking with me. Fuck it. It's still back to the basics. One Shot, that's a song I made right after the Charleston 9. A lot of people don't know that. At the end of that song, I rest in peace. I RIP'd a lot of people at the end of that song, because that's all of the people that I knew in that year that had died in that year. And one of the peoples was Ms. Esther Lance. She's the mother of Ethel Lance in the Charleston 9. She was one of the ladies that got killed that day. So, yeah, and then, my cousins, my brothers, my homies, that you meet in the neighborhood in different walks in life and stuff like that. You become close with people in the street more than your own family. So, that was really dope for me.
You brought up a good I hate to say topic.
Right,
it's deeper than that. You brought up the Charleston 9. Mm-hmm. Can you tell the people a little, for those who not from the area that's watching this, can you give a little backstory about what the Charleston 9 was, and how that affected you?
Yes, so the Charleston 9 is a horrific event that happened at Emmanuel's Church, which is located downtown. 9 people were assassinated in that event by Mr. Dylan Roof. And one of those people just happened to be a family member of mine. Well, related, I would consider family member. Miss Esther Lance is the grandmother of my little cousin. And we were very close because we grew up in the same house. So I consider her a sister. So that was her child's grandmother that, passed away. And then I mean, I feel like it affected Charleston in a big way, in the entire Charleston. I mean, I've never seen Charleston stand together that much in such a way. You know, it impacted us a lot, and it impacted my family a lot. So, you know, me doing that song, even though you might fall out with family members, you might have stuff that happen, I'm not going to stop. I'm still going to do the song because it's all still love. That's just how I feel about it. But, yeah, for those of you who don't know, you know, Charleston 9, that's the story we have behind us with that.
Just a little context. I want to insert my opinion right here and just want to bounce it off you and tell me how you feel. During that time, you know, Charleston had a lot of media coverage.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing about grieving, when you, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, when you lose somebody, it does feel, you do get comfort from those that come say a kind word to you.
Oh, yeah.
And things like that. But I do feel some type of way that I feel as though that event was misconstrued in the national media for more of an agenda.
I agree.
For, you know, on both sides, right, left, whatever you want to say.
I agree.
And instead of, you know, like trying to really heal or fix the issue, which is systemic racism in this nation.
I agree.
Our tragedy was just rolled into another long list
of what people look at Charleston as. Yes, exactly. I definitely agree.
And, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there because I you know, bringing it up.
I definitely agree.
Just want to let people know that if people do feel some type of way about how that situation was handled.
Yes, I definitely agree. I mean, there were a lot of things. I don't really want to get too deep on it, but I definitely agree. Right. I'm going to just say that I definitely agree. A lot of people don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. You know, around that time when we had the Charleston 9, a lot of people didn't even realize how many laws were changed after that. How many state taxes went up, or, you know, it's just like you're paying attention to this, so you're not really paying attention to this. So that, again, as a state, makes us look like we're dysfunctional, you know, because the only thing they're looking at is the tragedies and, you know, the murder rate or, you know, how Charleston is living. And so then the talented people like me, the gifted people that's here, that's doing something, that's trying to change it for the city, they don't really get recognized because all they're paying attention is to that. So instead of me putting, the Charleston 9 in the rap, I want to shout out the people that died that whole year, just not the people who died in the Charleston 9, right. You know? So you can see that this is our home, and these are the people that's dying in our home. And instead of, you know, waking everybody up to the dying, let's celebrate the people that's left and do something great so we don't keep losing people, right. You know?
Speaking of celebrating.
Yes.
So, you know, move on to topics.
Right.
What's some of the things that you're working on?
Oh my God. So I just shot my first video, which is House Party, which is so freaking dope. Mystified Productions. Mm-hmm. I had two videographers. I don't know if that's unheard of, but I had Mystified Productions and I had Jay Brown, award-winning Jay Brown Studios. Yes. Shout out to Jay. So I actually have two versions. I have an uncut version and a regular version, which the uncut version doesn't mean that it's nasty and there's a lot of booty shaking. I have a skit included in the uncut version, you know, to really bring out the house party theme. But it was really dope. I had fun. You know, a lot of long-time coming artists came out. They supported it. Shout out to them. But that was my first video. My first EP is done. I am possibly looking into trying to drop my EP and the video on the same day. But stay tuned. Make sure you follow the page so you can stay updated. That was dope. I got a couple of features I'm working with. I don't want to disclose it because it's going to be a surprise. I am also... I'm a part of the Boss Up Tour coming in January, which we have a show in Atlanta. We have a show in Miami. We have a show in Florida. Doing big things. I got a lot of things going on.
Putting in that damn work.
Yes. I am also a model, in case people forget. So I was also featured in, I think it's Prosperity magazine. Make sure y'all shout out, get a magazine, support. You see what I'm saying? So I got a couple of photo shoots coming up too. Mm-hmm.
All right. So The name of the video that you said, Mr. Five
Mr. Five Productions.
and Jay
yes.
Brown. What's the name of that video?
House Party.
All right, and you said you made a point about in House Party that it was you have a unrated or
Uncut
version, but it's not necessarily nasty.
Yes.
And that brought me to the point of how do you feel about the sexualization of women in basically every facet of our lives that we live in, whether it be working a damn job at 7-Eleven to
I feel like
the entertainment.
it's really, really overrated. I feel like this is what women scream and they yell about. We don't want to be treated differently because we're women. I don't want to be in a video shaking my ass and then the next morning I'm taking my kids to work and you looking at me weird because that's what I chose to do with my body. Whatever I chose to do with my body. But I feel like the world just, it's overrated. The world is in a sensitive place right now, so everything you do is just being martyred. But I feel like if you're comfortable in your skin and you're comfortable enough to be comfortable in your skin in front of people, the hell what anybody else got to think. I mean, that's just how I feel. But me personally, I have a daughter, so you're not going to catch Blackberry doing too much or a lot of stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing. Because I do have a daughter, you see what I'm saying? So.
Do you feel the pressure?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I'm a big girl, and they say a big girl and she thick, they automatically think you're gonna be twerking out here. You see what I'm saying? I might be twerking, but that's my prerogative. That don't mean I'm gonna be doing it for a fee. And I'm not hating on the people who do it for a fee. Like I said, if you feel comfortable in your skin, do what makes you happy. I spent all my life avoiding this, and now that I'm doing this, look how happy I am. I mean, you can't avoid what you like. You can't. You can put it off, and then you're just changing who you are to be somebody else, and you're still not going to be happy. So I just feel like the world just need to let everybody be great.
That does, be cool about the situation.
Yeah.
You do not own people.
Right.
I think a lot of this comes down to motherfuckers really think that they or that other people are their properties, that they can tell them what to do and how to do it,
with
what they got and all that. Nah, I mean, I'm just want to believe in. I think the term is pro-choice. Your body, you can do what the fuck you want to do with it, and you don't have. You really need to mind your fucking business.
Right, mind the business that pays you.
When somebody is doing what they feel as though they have to do to express themselves, it's not hurting you. And I mean, it's part of the game, so people grow up.
It is, yes. It is what it is. I can honestly say that because a lot of things I said I wouldn't do when I was young, I've done it. So it's like that saying, you never say never, because you never know where life is going to take you. You can't say you don't like something if you never experienced it. So I feel like if you're out there and you're living your life and you're experiencing your life to find out what it is that you like and you don't like, do you? Because some people go all through their life without knowing who they are.
Well, I mean, we kind of have touched over some of the major things. Is there anything that you would like to introduce, bring up, any topics?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I got to say this because, I'm tired of hearing it from people. I am, where Blackberry is from, I am from downtown Charleston. And let me elaborate on that. For those of you that's not been keeping up with Blackberry and you've not been following, you need to know your artists, you need to know their background, you need to know their bios. Because if you're listening to your music, you need to know what you're listening to. You don't want all type of messages out there in your ear and you don't know what you're receiving. This your tempo, you feel me? Beware of what you let in here. Okay, Blackberry, I rap and I speak about my life, where I'm from. I am from downtown Charleston. At 3 years old, I was taken away from my mother, where I was living on Harris Street. I moved from Harris Street to North Charleston, and then I got locked up, and I went back downtown, back to the basics of where I'm from, Bayside. You feel me? Yeah. You feel me? So I just needed to stress that because people, when I say that I'm a downtown baby, is always, oh, I ain't never see you downtown. Cause you don't know me. You don't know me. You see what I'm saying? I am originally from downtown Charleston.
Yeah, Charleston is a city of what, 20,000 plus people. Yeah,
Come on.
You're really going to know everybody.
Yeah, you're really gonna know everybody from downtown. And I'm a '90s baby, so you're not on my age. Of course, I don't know you. You were young.
And then when you mind, staying out
You know-
the way, minding your business, they're handling.
There you go.
Your
So I had to
priorities.
clear that up for people because I'm tired of hearing it. Yes, I was born on Harris Street. I raised on Bayside. I even played in North Charleston for a little while, but that don't change the fact that these genetic genes came from Bayside. You feel me?
Well, since we on the topic,
Yeah.
right quick, how you feel about the music scene in Charleston right now?
Honestly, I feel like there is so much talent in Charleston. There's so many gifted artists that you would never know because of like how we were talking about earlier, the perception of Charleston, South Carolina that other places have. They don't get to see what we see on a daily basis in Charleston. So I feel like if Charleston can just get it together, we can all be great. I swear on my life. I've been all over in Charleston more than I've been in my whole. I'm from Charleston, and I have been around and explored around when doing this music so much in Charleston and seeing so much talented people. And it's like we don't need to be against each other. We really, as a whole, as a state, need to get this money together and really put on for our state, put on for our city, and show them that Charleston ain't just about the tragedies. Charleston ain't just about the poverty. Charleston ain't just about, crabs in a bucket. I ain't no crab. I'm too big to be a crab. You feel me? I hopped out of the bucket. Everybody else can too. I don't see the problem. That's just how I feel. So,
Well,
yes.
Miss Blackberry,
Yeah.
I think we pretty much covered it all
And
for the night. I really appreciate you coming through the
Thank
Keep On Pushing
you.
show.
Anytime.
Blessing us with your presence. And, introducing my fan base and the people
Right.
that, listen.
And they got a little history on Blackberry today, exclusively with you.
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
Yes.
This is a platform for all artists. I ain't stressing this shit. I'm an artist myself. I know what the grind is like. I know what
Right.
you're going through. We got churn, bills, and all that, and
Right.
still trying to invest in something that you love to do. Then you also dealing with the perceptions
Yes.
of motherfuckers who ain't doing nothing, but
Exactly.
got so much to say.
Exactly.
Hey, it's a crazy business that we are part of. But
Oh, God.
we gonna keep on fucking pushing.
I'm trying to tell you.